child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Time to grow up. Grow up. As we continue to talk about character, we've been dealing with character all month. Our character, our spiritual integrity, our actions as Christians. It brought me to this verse. Because see, it brings me to this verse because as a society, we have an issue. And our issue is self-satisfaction. That's what we worry about. That's what we care about. What's going to please us. What we want. See, a child is always looking to gratify itself. A child is always doing something to entertain himself or herself. Starts with a teething ring or rattle and keeps on going. But remember, we have to grow up. Remember what I said a couple weeks ago. Change is good. We can't continue to keep worrying about what we want. We have to go through a change. We have to grow up. I remember I was talking to a friend of mine, and I heard a little daughter in the background. I said, put her on the phone. She was about 2. She calls her daughter over. I hear daughter, hello? I said, hi. And the first words out of her daughter's mouth is, I went to the party all by myself today. I said, shoot, so did I. And I could hear her mother laughing in the background. That's the first thing I thought about. That's the first thing I thought about to say. Now, of course, that's not anything I should be bragging about. She's 2. That was an accomplishment for her.
Amen.
But we can't keep celebrating stuff. I don't know, maybe that's just that competitive edge in me. You're not going to outdo me. So did I, now. Which still means I got to grow up. Amen. We got to grow up. We can't keep doing the things that we did as children.
Amen.
Now, we have to realize as we grow up, our needs change, our wants change, but does our character change? Does our character indeed grow up? Excuse me. What we deal with a lot of time is what we want. What we want. What we want. We, us. That's what we start to grow up and think about. Need you to go to verse 2 for a minute, same chapter. Verse 2 reads, and though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have faith so that I can remove a mountain and have not charity, I am nothing. Nothing. So we're going back to talking about that love, that charity, that love of Christ in us. As we grow, we start to build that in us.
Amen.
That's what's supposed to happen. It's no longer about what we can have.
Amen.
Think about that. Although I have the gift of prophecy, the understanding of all mysteries, all knowledge, and the faith that I can move mountains. If I have not charity, I am nothing.
Amen.
We have to be able to understand that we have to get that childlike mentality out of our heads. We have to get out of the self-satisfaction business. I want this. I want that. I'm going to buy. I'm going to get. I'm going to have. And at the end of the day, we're going to have nothing. Because nothing to do with it has to do with God. And if you notice, we're being set up to be separated. Have y'all noticed that? We talked about this last week. Cell phones. Do you realize our cell phones, our media, we watch TV on them. We watch short videos on them. We shoot short videos on them. We send emails. We receive emails. We take pictures. We send pictures. We post pictures. We can watch movies on them now. Watch movies, a whole movie on them. And is, if somebody's phone doesn't do all that, we tease them. You still got a flip phone? Your phone doesn't. Believe it or not, the phone was created to talk, to communicate. And it's funny, a tool that was supposed to enhance communication is now doing something entirely different. It's ceasing communication. Isn't that funny? I read a post on Facebook yesterday. A friend of mine, she posted, "It really upsets me that a text has replaced a phone call." So true. People don't talk anymore. People don't talk anymore. And because we're not talking, because we're not communicating, when you do get that text, sometimes you wonder what the person means. You don't understand the tone of it. But we're into our things. It's that childlike mentality. Having things. My wife and I went to dinner with my father and mother. We were in D.C. a couple years back. We went to dinner with my father and mother right before we hit the road. And we're enjoying dinner. And my wife and I happened to look over at the table beside us. It was a table of 5. Family. Mom, Dad, 2 boys and a girl. All of them were on their devices. I said, they went out to dinner for that? This is them spending quality time? Come on. We have to realize what's going on. What's going on with us? We can't point and say the other. We have to build our character first. Amen. There's a commercial of a husband and wife out to dinner. And you ready for this? Commercial says, "Men never miss a game." And the guy's watching the game on his phone while they're out to dinner. And this is supposed to be quality time. Quality time. Men, I got news for you. We are real guilty in the self-satisfaction game. Real guilty. I remember a long time ago, a guy said, the difference in the men and the boys are the prices of their toys. And believe it or not, I believe that too. I was like, really? Bet that. As I grow up, I get better toys. No, it's not about that. It's not about that. But the sad thing is, that is how a lot of men judge their success. By what they have and not who they are. We have to understand it's about who we are. It's about our character. Let's go to verse 3. Same chapter. If I give away all I have, think about it. If I give away all I have, and I deliver up my body to be burnt, but have not love, I have nothing. It's got to be in you. It's got to be the heart heart, the character of it. It's not just about doing an act that doesn't have love in it. It's about the character inside of you that makes you do that act, that makes you have that charity. So growing up doesn't start with your size, your age. It doesn't start with what you have. It starts up here. It starts here. It starts with that relationship. Amen. And that's what we talked about, that relationship. See, what men realize, what real men realize, is things that they have. It's a gift. It's favor. It's favor. That's what it is. It's a gift from God. Amen. Nothing we did but follow the Lord in obedience. The Lord has allowed this favor into our lives. But unfortunately, some guys don't get it. And they walk around with this greatness, like they're so grand. And they're no different than you and me. No different at all. They'll walk around, well, I can sing like a bird. I have $1 million in the bank. I have the gift to read people. I have 300,000 members. We don't realize it's all favor. Amen. Because see, you can lose your voice like that. You can lose that gift to see like that. You can lose 3,000 members to a scandal like that. Amen. You can go bankrupt like that. Amen. Happens in a second. Then you realize and you're thinking, oh my God, the devil has come. No, that's God trying to save you. He's saying evidently all this stuff is a distraction. It's a distraction. And you can't be focused on what you need to be focused on. Let me get this out your way. See, people think all gifts is a blessing. We talked about that last week. Remember now, somebody said to Jesus, you can look over all of this and all of this could be yours. That wasn't God trying to give him favor, was it? But you know what's funny? You got to think about it. When I was a child, I thought as a child. There's a problem in this world, child predators. How do they get their children away from their parents? Hey, you want this? Hey, you want that? Hey, you want this? Oh, this guy's cool. He's my friend. He's giving me stuff. Get them away from their parents. People got to realize some of the stuff they're getting is to get them away from their father. To get them away from their father. It's not about blessing. You got to have the character to understand what's a gift, what's favor, and what's moving you away. And if you don't have that character, if you're not lined up in order, it's not about favor. And then you think it's you. I'm so great. I'm so grand. I remember when my parents used to talk money in the house, that was a private conversation. I'm too young to understand this money flow thing going on. Too young to understand it. But when Christmas rolled around, I tried to insert myself into that conversation. Let me give you my list. As I get older, it's let me give you my packet. But see, as youth, we have to start teaching the charity, teaching the love. Amen. If we don't start it out as youth, if we don't start it out right here, it gets harder on them.
Amen.
And then we wonder what happened. What happened? We didn't teach them. We did not teach them. I remember I got this message late in life. See, I grew up late. I was a child for a long time. I was losing my hair as a child. But by the time I got this message, I said, well, shoot, I need to bestow this upon my children. Christmas rolled around, I said, listen, this is what we're going to do, all right? After you open your gifts, take one of your gifts and you're going to give it to somebody that's needy. They looked at me as if I suggested they jump off a cliff. They were like, we're going to do what? You are so funny. But that's my fault. Because I should have been working on that. I should have been working on that. My parents raised me that way. But see, it was different because they were giving me the things to give. That makes it easy. That makes it easy. I'll sacrifice. Oh, you don't have something to eat? Come over to my house. Mom cooking. But once I got out on my own, and that food's coming out of my cabinet, I had less guests. It's taught. The love is taught. The giving is taught. The sacrifice is not what's taught. We got to teach that sacrifice if we really want them to learn. Or else they'll forever be willing to give what's not theirs, what they don't want, not realizing that's not what it's about. It's the character of. We not only have to have charity in our hearts, we have to teach it.
Amen.
It's our responsibility to teach it. If not, we're just going to be looking for more toys. We're just going to be looking for more toys in a world that's going to supply you with toys left and right. Used to be a time, you used to dress your Barbie up. Mommy, Barbie needs some new clothes. Really? Barbie needs some new clothes? Yes, because Barbie and Ken are going out. That child grow up, they have 4 tubs of clothes in a storage container that they might visit once a year. No, not talking about you, baby. It starts early. We got to slow them down. Tell them Barbie can wear what she wore last time she went out with Ken. Guys, we got to slow this down. Teach it early. If not, there's going to be some husbands saying, why don't I have a closet in this house? Once again, not talking about you, baby. Listen. Verse 4. Verse 4 reads. And you know what? We're going to break this down 2 different ways because I'm going to show you how we play with words. Okay? The English Standard Version reads, love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not boast. Envy. It's not arrogant. However, the King James Version reads, charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself. It's not puffed up. Did you catch the difference in love is patient? Are y'all patient? Are you patient? You're patient. Okay. You like to suffer? She said, nah, don't put that on me. Now, hold on, I'm patient, but that suffering thing. But you see how the changing of that word occurred? Love is patient? No. Love suffereth long. That's what patience is. See, patience for kids is 5 minutes. We going to McDonald's? Baby, we going in 5 minutes. Been 5 minutes, I don't know what they waiting on. Gosh, not like they doing anything. But charity suffereth long. Suffereth long. Come on, let's get that in there. We driving along somewhere. We ain't going to work. We just driving. All of a sudden, traffic's backed up. You got 2 people in the car. One is going, "What's up with all this traffic?" And the other one's like, "Oh, we here together with me." Hey, couldn't think of a better person to be stuck in the traffic jam with. It's about patience, real patience. Because the world don't revolve around you. Or you. Or you. Or you. That's what we got to learn. That's what we got to learn. That's what it means by suffereth long. We don't put ourselves first. Love does not envy, does not boast. But you know what's funny about that? We'll go back to that kid mentality. All right, I'm going to be off the bargaining the girls for a minute. Let's talk about the boys. Carl, you remember? Back in the day? Way back in the day. Ooh, that's my car. Ooh, that's my car. Remember that? We'll be calling them out as we see them. Then that hoopty runs by, and we all silent. That ain't mine. You claiming that? Nope. And then Hot Wheels. Remember Hot Wheels? Yeah. Ooh, I had my Hot Wheels lined up on them. Like it was a driveway. It was a driveway. My father would be like, "Hey, son, what's going on? Man, don't mess up the order. I don't know what they're nice. It's my Hot Wheels." Then we get older, we start calling stuff out. I'm gonna get that car. I'm gonna get that big 5-bedroom house with just me and my wife in it. I'm gonna get 4 cars. You can only drive one. It totally tears down our character. It totally tears down our character. Problem is, we have to put our love for others before our own ambitions.
Amen.
We have to put our love for others before our own ambitions. Now let me ask you a question. Who does that? Who does that? Grown folk. Grown folk do that. That's when you know you're grown. When you're willing to make that sacrifice. When your love for other people come before your ambitions. My mother, bless her heart, she's still having kids. Every time I turn around, she got another daughter. It's like, oh, well, mama's daughter, whoa. When we met, she had 4. That wasn't one of those names. Her love for other people. It's her love for other people. But see, it's not a hard concept for me to grasp. I had the privilege to be raised by a gentleman that his love for other people were more important than his ambitions. He gave me a lifelong lesson I'll never forget. I remember walking into the kitchen one day and I saw $20 on the kitchen shelf. Now back in the day, $20, it's like $100. I said, "Hey Dad, what's up with this 20? He said, "Oh, that's Mr. And you know, pointing across the street to the neighbor, that's his 20. I said, "You want me to take it over there?" See, back in the day, you don't get in grown folk business. He said, "No, I got it." I said, "Cool, okay." 2 weeks later, I walk in the kitchen. There's a 20 on the shelf. Think to myself, you know how many Hot Wheels I can buy with this $20? Hey, Dad! So this 20, I mean, if he doesn't want it, son, I got it. Okay. And every once in a while, I go in that kitchen, that 20 will be there. And I used to think to myself, the guy only lives across the street, Dad. Jesus. Seriously? But once again, don't get in grown folk business, all right? Grown folk do that. That's how I was taught. Because let me have stepped into that ring again. That wouldn't have been pretty. When I got older, I remember walking in the kitchen and seeing that 20. I'm older. I'm that much wiser. I can still use that 20, not for Hot Wheels, but... And I kind of just looked at it. I looked at my dad and I didn't say anything. My dad said, "Son, about once a month, I noticed the pattern. Neighbor would come over and ask to borrow $20 to get him through to the next month. And once I noticed the pattern, I made sure I always had it available for him. So when he said it was his, it's because every time the neighbor repaid him, he put it on that shelf, waiting for him to borrow it again. It was no longer my father's. It was the neighbor's. And that blew me away. I said, wow. It was no longer about, well, I could do this. I could get this for myself. I could buy this for somebody else. He realized that now has to have a need for somebody else. The need and that love for others coming before our own ambitions. It's not like my father was a wealthy man. It's not like he couldn't use it. But that's how he was raised. And that's what we have to continue to teach. We have to continue to teach that. And I had the privilege of being able to witness that at a young age. And still, it took me a while to get it. So you gotta realize, if we catch them late on the 8 ball, it's an uphill battle. And yet we as adults want to keep asking, what's wrong with them? Are we talking? Are we teaching? Are we showing? We have a responsibility. But if every time they turn around, they see us talking about what we want and what we gonna achieve and what we done and what we gonna do and what we, that's all they know. They don't realize it's the grace of God that brought us through.
Amen.
We have to teach. We have to understand that the earlier the child is involved in positive things, and sometimes it's going to put you out as a parent. It's going to say, oh man, I really don't feel like getting up, but the church is having youth service and I want my child there. I don't feel like getting up, but they're having soccer practice and I want my child there. Because it teaches them how to work with people. It teaches them communication skills. You know what the easy thing is for a parent? Stick them in front of a TV or a tablet and let them do their thing. They quiet, they out my hair, or back up. We good. Not realizing the damage that we're doing to them as they lose social skills, don't know how to communicate, don't understand how to be around other people. It's so important to involve youth with what we do so they can learn what we know. Teaching isn't classroom. Teaching is not classroom. I promise you, our kids learn more from what we do than what we say. So we have to have that responsibility. We have a responsibility. But it starts with our character. It starts with our character. In our character, in that charity, we have to make grown decisions. Those grown decisions are not easy. Not easy at all. I remember as a child, my biggest decision, Captain Crunch or Honeycomb? Let's ponder that for a minute. Grown, sometimes gonna be, am I gonna eat? Or am I gonna let this person that hasn't eaten in 2 days eat? I ate yesterday. I'm gonna let you eat today. Grown decisions. Grown decisions. Character. Love. Charity. Long suffering. Got news for y'all. Don't try to grow up too quick. All the time I see kids trying to dress grown, trying to jump in high heels. Okay. But it comes with those responsibilities. You want to be grown? Long suffering. See, maybe that would make you say, no, I'm going to stay a kid. I ain't going to do that till I have to do that. That don't sound fun. Does that sound fun? Yeah. But it's part of being grown. It's a part of being grown. You can't say, oh yeah, you know what? I want to do this grown stuff. Oh, but that long suffering stuff? Nah, you can have that. Oh, that charity stuff? Nah, you can have that. No, when you're grown, when you're independent, sacrifices come with that. A lot of sacrifices come with that. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Don't let that man word trip you up. They talking about the women. Okay? All right. Okay, don't let that trip you up. All right. There's a quote I read some time ago. What we do for ourselves die with us. But what we do for others, have done for others, and the world remains immortal. See, that's when your character steps in. When other people are like, oh man, this guy, who? Who did that? What? That's what carries on. Not what you do for yourself. It's what you do for others. There was a movie, I'll never forget it. There was a movie called Pay It Forward. And the movie started off with a reporter trying to cover a story. And while covering the story, this car runs into his car, totals his car, and keeps on going. And he's like, my car. And this guy walks up to him and says, here, take my Jag. It's parked right there. Title's in the glove compartment. It's yours. And he walked away. And he's like, but he's got to follow this story. So he follows the story, but when he goes back to the guy, he says, why would you give me your car? What's the angle? He said, no angle. And after keep asking the guy, why'd you do it? He said, listen, something happened to me. And somebody showed me so much favor. And I said, how do I pay you back? He said, you don't. You pay it forward. You do an act for somebody else. And that's what it's about. It's not about paying somebody back. It's about giving that love forward to somebody else. So when that act hits them, they're so moved, they're going to want to do that act with someone else. That's what it's about. It's about making those grown decisions. Amen.